I'm Louise Hutchins. I'm from the Make Polluters Pay coalition. Well, we're here because we literally can't afford another business as usual COP. The fossil fuel industry and their political backers that stalk the halls of COPs year after year have brought us to the edge of climate disaster. And we're here to say enough. The vast majority of not just people around the world, but governments around the world, they do want serious climate action. It's hard. President Trump's not here in person, but we know that his representatives are. They're going around threatening people with sanctions, with all kinds of recriminations. But the reality is that the fossil fuel industry is in a fight for its life because the renewables are so much cheaper now, and it's an obvious, clean, cheaper way for the world to go. At a time like this, we need leadership, and leadership comes in many forms. It comes from the governments here standing up to the fossil fuel industry and saying enough, but it comes from every single one of us. Whenever there's a storm, a climate disaster, we need to raise our voices and point the finger at who's responsible, which is the fossil fuel industry. It's the big oil and gas corporations who've made $2.8 billion in profit every single day for 50 years. And they've known all of that time that they were burning our planet. We need to start saying it, and we need to hold them accountable. We need to raise taxes on them, we need to sue them, we need to get them to pay for these climate disasters. I'm really excited about that. I think we have a world now of young people who, quite rightly, they're scared. They're scared about climate disaster. They see it on their tellies. They see it all around them. They see it every day. It feels very real to young people, but to everybody, to older people. The mask has fallen, I think, from the face of the fossil fuel industry and their big backers, but also people see the impact. So that conversation is alive, it is happening. The conversation we really need is how do we get from here to a just, safe future? How do we do that in a way that is good for the vast majority of people, for the 99%, not the small number of big, giant corporations and their political and economic backers who are destroying our planet? Yeah, we're for a just transition from this rigged system that only operates in for the minority of very rich, wealthy companies. We're here fighting for something that puts ordinary people's interests right at the heart, and that means we need to do it in a way that listens to people's voices, that isn't here just for profit and more corporate power. It's about making sure that the right kind of projects are going forward. That means community renewable energy. It means water available to everyone. It means making tough decisions when there's a big new industrial complex being proposed in your town and city that is going to take away your water and your energy. We need to have these conversations, and we need to defend interests of ordinary people. So this is about a transition for the majority, not the minority. I think people feel despair when they feel they don't have a role in it. And one of the things we're doing here is to say that everybody has a role. The leaders inside, the governments, but also everybody around the world. We can all use our voice. We're in a digital age. We can all get onto social media. We can talk to our friends and family. We can build power from below. And there is hope. There's a huge amount of work being done at subnational level with mayors, with governors, with communities across the world. There is real progress happening. We are getting a huge transfer to renewable energy, huge amounts of investment in clean energy, in public transport based on electric transport. There's loads happening. That's where the hope lies.